Dived in. It's a clear penalty for Hoffenheim. And Amporta is the one foul. She normally takes the penalties for Hoffenheim. She has the chance here in the 10th minute to put Hoffenheim ahead against the champions. Amporta sends Amutovic the wrong way, and Hoffenheim take the lead in the 10th minute. Good penalty from the Belgian Amporta. And Bayern have to come from behind again. Amporta goes through the middle. Goalkeeper Ena Amutovic dives to her right. Good solid strike from the Belgian Amporta, and Hoffenheim have a priceless lead on home soil. Fourth goal of the season for Amporta. We've seen Bayern recover from deficits so many times already this season. They fell behind early against struggling Essen in the Frauen-Bundesliga recently. Also fell behind to Paris in the Champions League in midweek, recovered well to win. So lots still left for Hoffenheim to do, but they made a great start. Here's Alara trying to play in Tanikawa, the Japanese star. Hoffenheim have something to hold on to now. Long ball looking for Selina Cerci, who's full of running after recovering from injury. Grimm in support. Gloning tries a through ball looking for Steiner. Hoffenheim look full of ideas coming forward. Perfect start for the interim boss, Thomas Jordan. Jordan, a former Hamburg youth coach, playing career including Werder Bremen. Will take charge till the winter break, restoring some stability after the sacking of Theodoros Dedes. Here come Bayern looking for an equalizer. Stoneway just over halfway. Alara is hustled off the ball. Good battling in midfield by the Italian Ariana Caruso. Bayern have made some changes today, trying to freshen things up from the European game in Paris in midweek. They have a host of internationals on the bench if needed as well. Stoneway with a powerful run. She's blocked by Lisanne Kaut. Referee Reem Hussein happy to leave the yellow card in her pocket. Lisanne Kaut was sent off recently against Wolfsburg for a handball on the line. Back from suspension now. Free kick for Bayern. Naschenweng leaves it for Clara Bull. Good punch by the goalkeeper. Took responsibility well there, Laura Dick. Hoffenheim now have a goal lead, a precious lead to hold on to for as long as possible, trying to make life as difficult as they can for the champions and league leaders, Bayern Munich. Denmark international Stine Balasea will line up in central defence with the Canadian Vanessa Gilles this afternoon for Bayern. Use the pace and talent of Franziska Kett and Katharina Naschenweng, the Austrian, on the flanks. Wing-backs for Bayern Munich. Here's Kett, the young German international. Another young German international, Alala, conceded the penalty. Here's Damjanovic. That was too predictable from the Serb. And Churchy takes on Balasea, using her pace as well there. Jill Janssen, she's a strong runner, the Belgian. 22-year-old Belgian international goes up and down the right flank for Hoffenheim every game. Strong runner, full of purpose. Corner for Hoffenheim. Marie Steiner is over it. Steiner will lift this into the box. Too short. Should be cleared for Bayern. Look to launch a counter-attack, but that strong runner, Jill Janssen, is back. She's going to have to do some more defending against Clara Bull. Bull finds Tanikawa. Kett cross to the right-hand side. Game could now take a familiar pattern, with Hoffenheim holding a priceless lead. Going to have 11 players behind the ball for long periods, trying to hold on to this lead. Given them to from the spot by Valeska and Porter in the 10th minute. Corner to Bayern. Clara Bull will take. She can whip these corners in fiercely. That's Tanikawa with the touch past the post. Clara Bull there with the corner. Has an argument for being one of the best players in Europe right now. 10 assists in the Frauen-Bundesliga, 4 goals. She had 6 goal contributions in just 3 games in November. Bayern have won 8 straight in the Frauen-Bundesliga against Hoffenheim. But they're chasing the deficit at the moment. Bayern last lost to Hoffenheim over 4 years ago. So went into this game full of confidence. There's still lots of time, though, left in this one. As Nissan Colt falls to ground, Bayern can break. Alala looking to repair the damage of that penalty. Clara Bull. Good defending by Hoffenheim's captain, Vanessa Deem, to deny Clarabel any space. Caruso, Tanikawa, Alara goes back. Caruso trying to find Ket. It's good defending from Hoffenheim there. And Porter has some space. Too short for Churchy. Caruso is fouled. Could see a yellow card this time for Lisanne Kaut. She's going to have to watch her step. 25-year-old. Caruso, the Italian, went down pretty easy, but referee Reem Hussein decides on the game's first yellow card for Lisanne Kaut. Bayern will test Kaut on every occasion now, run at Lisanne Kaut with purpose. Tanikawa, Alara, Stoneway. Hoffenheim will be joyous with their start they've made to this game, but there's still lots of time for Bayern Munich to recover. We saw Cologne take an early lead against Bayern earlier on this season. Bayern equalised just before half-time. In added time at the end of the first half, went on to win easily. Hoffenheim are the fresher of the two sides, had all week to prepare after their cup defeat, whereas Bayern have Champions League minutes in their legs. Busy run of fixtures. Damjanovic goes to ground, holding her back. Coming together with Franziska Harsch. Damjanovic struggling, wincing, pain to her back. Franziska Harsch pleading her innocence to the referee, Reem Hussein. Definitely Damjanovic came together with Harsch. I don't think it was any real malice in the challenge. Hoffenheim have some space to come forward. Decide to go back, retaining possession. Harsch to Deem. Delightful ball from Deem. Steiner almost laid on nicely for Steiner, just a yard behind though. Hoffenheim can pick it up again with Jana Grimm. Nice control from Jill Janssens, taking on Naschenweng. Free kick to Bayern. Challenge from Jill Janssens, the Belgian international, shoving Katharina Naschenweng, the Austrian, to the ground. Bayern come forward with Clara Bull Back to Tanikawa, exchanging passes with the Japanese ball, taking on Harsh. Oh, that's a great save from Laura Dick to deny Damjanovic at the back post. Great goalkeeping from the 22-year-old Laura Dick. Keeps Hoffenheim ahead. And come forward again, though, with Stoneway. Strong tackle from Stoneway, but it's no yellow card this occasion for the foul from Stoneway. Here's Clara Ball with the cross come shot. Damjanovic would have been on the end of it, though, you have to think. But Laura Dick with a fine save at full stretch to keep Hoffenheim ahead in this one, the Frauen-Bundesliga. Welcome to all our viewers across the world this afternoon for the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. It's a pleasure to have you with us. It's Hoffenheim with a surprise lead thanks to Valeska and Porter's penalty inside the opening 10 minutes. Bayern looking to restore parity. Bayern went into this match day top of the Bundesliga with a 6-point cushion over Wolfsburg. That was their biggest ever lead after 10 match days in 7 years. So an impressive start for the double winners and champions. We've seen Wolfsburg win earlier today. Bayern looking to bounce back from going behind to that penalty. Tanikawa was challenged, and Hoffenheim will pick it up. Good play from the Belgian. The scorer for Hoffenheim, Valeska. And Porter sends her fellow Belgian international, Janssen. There's no one in the box. Selina Cerci couldn't turn on the turbo to reach that one. A healthy away following for the champions Bayern Munich. You can hear them in the background, perhaps. A healthy crowd today at the Dietmar Hopp Stadium in Sinsheim, Hoffenheim. It's only the 4th goal that Bayern have conceded this season. 7 clean sheets they've garnered already this campaign. They're going to have to come from behind against Hoffenheim. Bayern do have options from the bench. Pernille Harder in form. Pernille Harder chasing a record. She's scored in 4 Bundesliga games in a row. She scored 7 goals in 3 games against Hoffenheim last season, so that's one to watch. Denmark international sitting on the bench at the moment for Bayern Munich. Plenty of options for Jose Barsala, Bayern's head coach. He's trusting their starting lineup at the moment. Stanway It's Naschenweng, Tanikawa, and Stanway! 1-1! Stanway gets the equalizer for Bayern Munich. Fell nicely to the England international. She slotted home with aplomb there, an equalizer. Strong run from Georgia Stanway. Tanikawa was in there. Fell nicely to Georgia Stanway, who slotted home the equalizer for Bayern Munich on the half-hour mark. Hoffenheim 1, Bayern 1. Japanese star Tanikawa playing in Stanway, who did the rest. And the champions, Bayern Munich, on level terms. Offside. Free kick to Bayern Munich. It's a yard offside. Jill Janssen. Entertaining Frauen-Bundesliga match. Bayern recovering from falling behind to Valeska and Porter's penalty. Georgia Stanway slotting home an equalizer on the half-hour mark. Bayern are looking for more. %65% possession of the ball in favour of Bayern Munich. It's an indication of their dominance with the ball, but it's 1-1 scoreline. Hoffenheim scoring with their only attempt on goal in this match from the penalty spot after the foul from Alara on Amporta, who delivered from the spot. Jana Grimm across to the right-hand side. Jill Janssen will pick that one up. She deliver a good cross. Goes to the back post, and a good covering header by the Canadian defender Vanessa Gillies. It's good from Hoffenheim. The cross came over from Jill Janssen's. Lisanne Kaut had the header on target, but Vanessa Gillies wasn't taking any chances. The Canadian puts it out for a corner. Laura Gloning, 20-year-old German defender, is over this corner. Gloning and Marie Steiner, two young Germans. Going to be Gloning with the delivery this time. This goes to the near post, looking for Harsh. And Gloning will pick it up again, left-hand side. That's good play. Goalkeeper does well. Ina Mahmutovic quickly off her line to snuff out the danger. Taking responsibility well, 21-year-old Bayern goalkeeper. Recovered from an ankle injury earlier on this season. Said it was always her dream to play for FC Bayern. Made her debut at just 16 for MSV Duisburg. Alara, the 18-year-old talent, battling for the ball. Alara, pleased Bayern have equalised after giving away the penalty. Her challenge in the box. Here's Caruso, cross to Ket. Ket cuts inside. Stanway, always in a position to receive the ball, Georgia Stanway. Good play by the Italian, Caruso. Equally impressive defending by the Netherlands international VL Dauma. Stanway finds Damjanovic, who's adjudged offside. That's a narrow one. Tight decision. Hoffenheim will do well to hold on to parity until half-time now, with Bayern having equalised on the half-hour mark with Stanway, the England international, is on the ball again. Patient build-up play from the champions, Bayern Munich. Gilles coming forward from defence. Freezing temperatures across Germany at the moment. Plenty of players wearing gloves this afternoon, trying to cope with the temperatures. Some bright football being played by both sides. Here's Naschenweng, lifts it into the box, but there's no one at the back post to receive that one. So some relief for Hoffenheim. The Austrian international Katharina Naschenweng, just too much on that delivery. By pressing with more intensity after falling behind. Some relief now for Hoffenheim. Jill Janssens trying to find Selina Cerci. Throw in to Hoffenheim, Marie Steiner. Leaves it for a colleague. Steiner beaten off too easily there. Vanessa Deem, the captain, recovers possession. Good cross. The goalkeeper saw that coming. Ena Mahmutovic, good handling from the 21-year-old. Test this for Bayern Munich, especially after all their recent activity in the UEFA Women's Champions League. What a comeback that was against Arsenal at the Allianz Arena. 2-0 down at half-time, but came back brilliantly to win that one 3-2. Here's Vanessa Gilles. Spreads play to Ket. Ket into the box, inside, into a good area. Arsh with the hurried clearance. Franziska Harsh in the right place to clear the danger. Clara Bull once again over the corner. 10 assists already for Clara Bull. She has Caruso, the Italian, as a short option there, number 27. Into a decent area, headed clear, only at the edge of the box, left-footed shot from Katharina Naschenweng. It's high and wide. Good clearing header from Viel Daumer in the Hoffenheim defence. Just 5 minutes left at the end of this first half, plus any added time left for referee Reem Hussein to put on the end of this first half. We've seen an entertaining game so far. Next week is an international break with Germany playing Spain in the UEFA Women's Nations League final. A couple of exciting games in store there. Damjanovic is offside again. There's been a couple of tight decisions against the Serbian striker. That's one to watch going forward. Healthy crowd in Hoffenheim for this Frauen-Bundesliga match. Here comes Lisanne Kaut. Oh, that's a good block by Mahmutovic. Shot came in from Lisanne Kaut from the angle. Here come Bayern and Clara Bull, their star player. Good save by the goalkeeper, Mahmutovic. Here's Damjanovic staying on side on this occasion. Alara with a back heel trying to find a colleague, but to no avail on this occasion. Good work by Amporta. Here's a replay of the save by Mahmutovic. Lisanne Kaut, left-footed shot. Good block with her leg by Ina Mahmutovic. Crowd today in Hoffenheim, 3,340. Seen an entertaining affair so far. It's the goal scorer for Hoffenheim from the penalty spot, Valeska Amporta, the Belgian international. The England international, Georgia Stanway, replying on the half-hour mark for the league leaders, Bayern, who come forward again. Damjanovic goes to ground, appeals for a penalty. Is this on the edge of the box? Referee Reem Hussein. Wow, she's sent off Lisanne Kaut. That seems a bit harsh myself. Lisanne Kaut was on a yellow. She did foul Damjanovic on the edge of the box. Referee Reem Hussein decides that's another yellow for Kaut. And sends Lisanne Kaut on her way, her second sending off this season. She was sent off for a handball on the line against Wolfsburg. Another red card against Bayern. So an uphill task now for Hoffenheim with just 10 players. Harsh decision by the referee, Reem Hussein. The 5-time referee of the year, though, in Germany. So she knows what she's doing. It's 1 minute of added time. Clara Bull with a delivery, but it came off the crossbar, did it? Or was it a good save by Laura Dick? We'll see the replay in a minute. Look, Georgia Stanway. That's great goalkeeping again from Laura Dick. Comes and claims, taking responsibility well, the 22-year-old. See a replay of this fierce left-footed. It's good goalkeeping again from Laura Dick, one of the best young goalkeepers in the country. And she's going to be absolutely on top form this afternoon if Hoffenheim are going to hold on to this scoreline. With just 10 players now after Lisanne Kaut was sent off for 2 bookable offences. Bayern all looking good for them now against just 10 Hoffenheim players. Clara Bull sends the goalkeeper straight at the goalkeeper. Laura Dick, who makes a good save. And that's half-time in Hoffenheim. First 45 minutes full of drama. Hoffenheim taking the lead from the penalty spot after Alara fouled and Porter put the penalty away. Bayern recovered for the equalizer. Georgia Stanway slotting home on the half-hour mark, and late drama in the first half with Lisanne Kaut being sent off. 2 bookable offences. Bayern will look to make their player advantage count in the second half. We'll be back for more live coverage of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. Hoffenheim 1, Bayern Munich 1.
Wer schießt zuerst? Wie sieht's aus? Ja? Johanna? Okay, vielleicht mal einen Applaus für die beiden, die schon mal die Glücklichen sind für unser Shootout-Gewicht hier in der Pause. Ich glaube, die Welle können wir noch ein bisschen auseinander machen. Johanna, legst du dir mal zurecht. Wir hatten ja letzte Woche am Sonntag beim Spiel gegen Frankfurt auch so ein bisschen hier nebeneinander drapiert. Da gab es jede Menge Treffer, auch in der Pause, nicht nur im DFB-Pokalspiel. Und wir drücken die Daumen. Johanna, los geht's. Zu gewinnen gibt es ein TSG Hoffenheim Trikot. Ja. Kann sie? Alles okay bei euch? Gut. Und du siehst halt, oh, das war knapp. Schade, denn sie geht gleich auf das Einschussloch mit den 4 Punkten, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letzte Woche, Isabella korrigiert mich, hatten wir, wow, Applaus, das ist die ersten Vierer. Souverän eingeloggt. Wir hatten letzte Woche 10 Punkte und 8 Punkte. Das war schon ganz enorm. So einfach ist es auch nicht. Und der ist knapp am Posten. Hier kommt ein Dritter. Ja, du hast noch 2, oder? Isabella, der hat wieder 4 Schüsse. Und damit hat sie noch ein. So. Das erkennen wir, du als Jury und Mitglied, was werten wir? Ein Punkt, damit hat sie 5 Punkte, Johanna. Max, das gilt zu schlagen. Johanna bleibt hier. Dein Applaus zunächst mal. Hier für deine 5 Punkte. Und ihr, liebe Fußballfreundinnen und Freunde, ich bin mir sicher, dass wir sowas Tolles hier irgendwann wiederholen. Ihr wisst es, wenn dann der QR-Code auf der Anzeigentafel ist, vor Spielbeginn bis zu Hause einfach scannen und euch registrieren lassen, bis das Spiel losgeht. Max, du kannst loslegen. Wir drücken die Daumen. Wow, ein Punkt hat er schon mal. Der andere Posten, Schuss Nummer 3. Wissen wir, was wir noch drauflegen? Wenn du dieses wunderschöne Trikot der TSG Hoffenheim gewinnst, wobei der Adventskalender der TSG auch klasse ist. Oh, jetzt wird's eng. Isabella, hast du was überlegt für ein Stechen? Ich traue dem Max zu, vom ASV Haxfeld, dass er jetzt hier noch den Finger holt. Nein, der wird es nicht, aber Applaus für den Max, der 2 geholt hat. Und Applaus für die Johanna, da kommt ein Trikot. Herzlichen Glückwunsch, schöne vorweihnachtliche Bescherung. Gibt es übrigens auch bei der TSG Hoffenheim im Shop zu kaufen. Ich sage Glückwunsch, viel Spaß mit dem Trikot. Sag mir noch eins, wenn du im Moment Fußball in Catch spielst, wäre so die Bundesligamannschaft von Hoffenheim nicht auch ein voller Anreiz?
Ja, also ich habe das in Bayern gespielt. Ja.
Welche Position spielst du?
Rechter Flügel.
Rechter Flügel. Und Max, wie sieht es bei dir aus?
Ja, ich hatte mal ein bisschen bei KSC, wurde aber nichts, aber ich bin empfohlen.
KSC heute verloren gegen Elversberg, 2:3 in der 2. Liga. Du spielst den Sturm. Hier drücken dir die Daumen, dir auch, Johanna. Euer Applaus nochmal. Vielen Dank für eure Teilnahme und viel Spaß mit dem TSG Hoffenheim Adventskalender. Süße Bescherung. Tim, ein paar Takte Musik, dann geht es hier gleich weiter mit nochmal Infos zu unserem weiteren Spieltermin. Ja, das haben Sie bis heute gesehen. Das 4. Saisontor von unserer Nummer 18, Vanessa am Porter. Und das 1. Saisontor von Münchens Georgia Stoneway, die Nummer 31. Deswegen zu Hause 1:1. Und ihr freut euch hoffentlich. Ja, das kann ja nicht nur, was wir unsere jungen Mädels haben, die unserer TSG Hoffenheim die Daumen drücken, und die haben so ein Motto für die zweite Hälfte. Und wie schon unser Blue Angels Frauenfan schon sagt, da müssen alle mit ran, denn die Unterstützung brauchen sie, damit wir gegen diesen übermächtigen Gegner vielleicht was holen. So, was habt ihr drauf? Naja, das war doch deutlich. Auf geht's, TSG, wir freuen uns auf die zweite Hälfte. Ein paar Takte Musik noch. So, wir schauen dann gleich mal hin, ob beide Mannschaften womöglich einen Wechsel vorgenommen haben oder ob sie unverändert in diese zweite Hälfte gehen. Vor der Beginn der Partie bereits erwähnt, unser nächstes Spiel, unser TSG Hoffenheim dann zu Hause nach der Länderspielpause. Sonntag, 7. Dezember, 14 Uhr gegen den Aufsteiger 1. FC Union Berlin. In Berlin im Stadion an der alten Försterei in Köpenick. Da war letzten Sonntag noch die Schiedsrichterin der heutigen Partie, Dr. Rie Muslim. Die hat das DFB-Pokalspiel geleitet in Berlin und dann ist sie heute hier im Kraichgau in unserer Partie. Sonntag, 7. Dezember, 14 Uhr, unser Heimspiel gegen Union Berlin und auch nochmal eine schöne Partie vor Heiligabend am Samstag, 20. Dezember, 12 Uhr, unser Heimspiel gegen Carl Zeiss Jena. Dazwischen geht es für unsere TSG-Frauen nach Leipzig am Sonntag, 14. Dezember um 18:30 Uhr. Beide Mannschaften, da kommen sie wieder, zumindest schon die Spielerin des FC Bayern München. Und um es nochmal zu sagen, die Blue Angels werden mir recht geben, wir brauchen euch alle nachher in dieser zweiten Hälfte, sonst könnt ihr nichts holen gegen den FC Bayern München, der national noch ohne Niederlage.
So welcome back to Hoffenheim. Two sides returning to the pitch. Bayern in their white strip today, Hoffenheim in their traditional blue kit. Matchday 11 in the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. We saw an entertaining first half. Georgia Stanway, the England international, equalizing on the half-hour mark for the league leaders Bayern Munich against Hoffenheim, who took the lead in the 10th minute with a penalty after the foul by Alara in the box. No substitutions for either side at the break, but Hoffenheim just down to 10 players after the sending off of Lisanne Kaut just before the break. Kaut was sent off earlier this season in Wolfsburg, receiving her marching orders once again. 2 yellow cards for the 25-year-old. We're underway in the second half. Hoffenheim in their blue from left to right. Bayern in their white kit from right to left. Bayern looking to go 6 points ahead at the top of the Frauen-Bundesliga. There's Thomas Jordan, the interim coach of Hoffenheim, running back to his spot, trying to keep warm in the freezing, frosty temperatures in Germany. Come Bayern looking for a lead here now. Laura Dick, impressive young goalkeeper, 22 years old. She's going to be tested this second half as Hoffenheim try and hold on to this draw with just 10 players. A stiff test for any side. Bayern have the ability to bring on lots of talent as well from the bench should they need to. for fresh legs. A whole host of internationals to call on from the bench, should they need to. Including Linda Dahlmann, Karin Simon, Magdalena Eriksson, Glodis Vigosdottir. Stoneway finds Alara, lifts it in, looking for Caruso, but Laura Dick reads that well. Quickly off her line as Alara tried to play in Caruso. Good anticipation from Laura Dick. Bayern are going to keep on coming. Here's Clara Bull taking on defender. Tanikawa with a shot is deflected wide for a corner. Japanese star Tanikawa, 3 goals already this season in the Frauen-Bundesliga, just over the bar. Referee Reem Hussein gives the corner. Clara Bull will take to the near post, looking for the flick. Edge of the box now is Ket. Ket's shot is only blocked to Alara, and it's in the corner of the net. Bayern go ahead. Corner wasn't dealt with. It fell nicely to Alara. And the 18-year-old puts Bayern ahead with her second goal of the Frauen-Bundesliga campaign. Ket shot was blocked, but it fell nicely to Alara, who did the rest. Bayern go ahead. Alara slots into the corner, leaving Laura Dick no chance in the Hoffenheim goal. And this match has turned on its head. The red card to Dazan Kau just before the break, and Bayern going ahead, but they have a chance now with Jill Jansen to equalise. Jill Jansen! Good save by Mamutovic. Strong run from midfield, Jill Jansen's. Acres of space, but couldn't find a way past Ina Mamutovic in the Bayern goal. Mamutovic read that well. Good save from the 21-year-old goalkeeper. Bayern come forward again with Ket to the goal scorer, Alara. Alaseya Damjanovic across to the Japanese, Tanikawa. That chance for Jill Jansen's came out of the blue. She found herself in loads of space. Bayern will be keen to score a third and put some breathing space into the scoreline. Looks a stiff task now for Hoffenheim. Just 10 players, but they'll battle valiantly, I'm sure. And stay in this game for as long as possible. Bayern look to go back 6 points ahead at the top of the Frauen-Bundesliga. Here's Damjanovic looking for a first goal of the campaign. Damjanovic dives in on Steiner. Free kick to Hoffenheim. Bayern looking good for a 9th straight win over Hoffenheim now. Bayern's last defeat to Hoffenheim over 4 years ago, so that is a real stark reality check now for Hoffenheim. Up against the league's best defence as well. Just 4 goals conceded all season, including today's penalty. Hoffenheim will battle bravely on in front of their home crowd. Jose Barsala, the Bayern coach there, will be keen to ram home their advantage against 10 Hoffenheim players. Strong run from midfield. Groening trying to find Steiner. Almost fell nicely to Marie Steiner. Surely a 3rd goal for Bayern will put this game to bed. Patient build-up play now. Balisea, the Danish international, finds the Austrian Nationweng. Caruso, the Italian, falls to ground. Some relief for Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim are going to have to hold firm now. Try and stay in this game for as long as possible and try and nick something from a set piece or a corner maybe late on. Tough proposition with just 10 players. Tanikawa finds Nationweng inside now. Stoneway and Lara, the goal scorer. Canadian Vanessa Gillies. A team of internationals for Bayern Munich. Stoneway, the England star. Now Tanikawa in the box. Tanikawa! 3-1! Well, it's game over now, surely, for Bayern Munich. The Japanese star, Momoko Tanikawa, puts Bayern 3-1 ahead, recovering from that early deficit. Stanway fell nicely to Tanikawa. She fires home her 4th goal of this campaign for Momoko Tanikawa. Surely the champions are heading 6 points ahead at the top of the Frauen-Bundesliga. Jose Barsala's side recovering well from going behind early in this one to a penalty. They're holding all the aces now against just 10 Hoffenheim players. This could get even uglier for Hoffenheim if they're not careful. It's Damjanovic finding Alara out for a corner. Good defending from Vieldauma, Netherlands international defender. It was always going to be a tough test for Hoffenheim, but that sending off really was a cruel blow for them just before half-time. Bull with the corner. Steiner picks it up, edge of the box. Hoffenheim can break. It's going to be tough to launch counter-attacks with a player less, player disadvantage. Bayern looking good to return to 6 points clear. A couple of substitutions to tell you about. A couple of German internationals to come on. Goal scorer Alara makes way for fellow German international Linda Dahlmann. And Franziska Kepp makes way for the experienced German international Caroline Simon. And that's the talent that Bayern Munich have at their disposal. Can call on from the bench to rest a few players. Luxury of riches in this Bayern Munich squad. It's going to be a case now of damage limitation for Hoffenheim in the remaining half hour or so. As Clara Bull is sent on her way. Bull fouls the Hoffenheim captain Vanessa Diem. Bayern in their white shirts will stream forward on every occasion now. Lifted into the box, looking for Damjanovic, and Tanikawa was almost in there again. Japanese star lifted into the box by Georgia Stanway. Bayern, as you can see, still pressing with so much urgency and not giving Hoffenheim any space to breathe, recover the ball with ease once again, and will launch another attack. Simon, the substitute, number 30. Stanway trying to find Simon. Simon back from injury as well, recovered from a hamstring problem. Bayern not quite at full strength, but seeing light at the end of the tunnel. Still have the likes of Lena Oberdorf and Sarah Zadrazil out long-term, of course, with cruciate ligament injuries. We wish them well. Tuva Hansen, the Norwegian, is also out with an ankle injury. Bayern have the quality to cover most absences. Corner to Bayern. Caruso lifted into the box. Goalkeeper Dick is challenged by Tanikawa. Referee Reem Hussein says that's a foul on the goalkeeper. Tough introduction for Hoffenheim's interim coach Thomas Jordan in his first game in charge. Here come by, and Clara Ball whips that in, half cleared. Long shot comes in from Vanessa Gilles, the Canadian defender. On target from Gilles, former Lyon player. Pick it up again through Gilles. Dalman, the substitute. Dalman! Wow, wonderful save from Laura Dick. What a goalkeeper she is. One of the best in the Frauen-Bundesliga, that's for sure. Powerful shot from the substitute, Linda Dalman. Laura Dick. With a strong save, substitute. Jana Grimm making her way off the pitch. Melissa Küssler coming on for the final 25 minutes of this one, plus any added time. 4 goals and 6 appearances for Küssler, but she's going to have to be doing some all-action work. A strong shot from Clara Ball, another wonderful save from Laura Dick, still not cleared. Well, another great save from Laura Dick. Certainly the man of the player of the match for Hoffenheim so far. What a future she has in goal for Hoffenheim. Here come Hoffenheim, some relief at last. Substitute sending Jill Janssens on her way. Substitutes in there, Melanie Küssler. Is it offside? Referee happy to let play continue. The substitute, it's Jamjanovic with a chance to score her first in the season, but it's lifted over the bar. Frustration for Jovana Damjanovic. A wonderful pass from Georgia Stanway, sending the Serbian striker on her way with the goalkeeper to beat. She lifts it agonizingly over the bar. Replay of the wonderful save from Laura Dick. A couple of other substitutions now. Damjanovic, frustration for her, still goalless for her this campaign. She goes off. Natalia Padilla-Billes coming on. Barbara Dunst comes on for Clara Ball as well. An indication, a further indication of the talent on the bench. This world-class squad that Bayern Munich have at their disposal. So an Austrian international in Barbara Dunst, and a Polish talent in Natalia Padilla-Bidas. The new substitutes for the league leaders, Bayern Munich, heading 6 points clear in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Padilla-Bidas almost making a perfect start to her appearance today. Hoffenheim with just 10 players after the sending off of Lisanne Kaut just before the break, a real turning point in this match. It was always going to be tough after Georgia Stanway equalised on the half-hour mark, but losing a player to a red card was a cruel blow, and that Hoffenheim haven't recovered. The second half, Bayern will win this fairly easily now, unless there's a minor miracle. And the white shirts will continue to stream forward. Dunst trying to find Simon. Austrian picks it up, battling for the ball. Dalman. Naschenweng has a great left foot. Across to this side now with Dunst. Dunst trying to find Naschenweng at the back post. Just about dealt with by Hoffenheim, but they're scrambling to clear now. Selina Cerci put in a good shift after her return from injury. Hoffenheim will do well to keep the scoreline at just 3-1. Player disadvantage. As we approach 70 minutes at the Dietmar Hopp Stadium in Hoffenheim. Linda Dahlmann. This one up, throw into Bayern Munich. Stanway to substitute Dunst. Falls nicely to Belisea. Linda Dahlmann, she'll be busy this last 20 minutes or so. Over to the right-hand side. Good goalkeeping once again from Laura Dick. Good handling once again from Hoffenheim's star goalkeeper. Belisea across to her central defensive partner, Gilles, who finds Linda Dahlmann. Simon, the substitute, lifts it into the box, punched clear by Dick. Good feet from Stanway. Appeals for handball, but it's cleared over halfway, and the goalkeeper, Mamutovic, will quietly launch another Bayern attack. It's one-way traffic now in this one. Bayern with the player advantage. Surely go back 6 points clear at the top of the Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga. Well, shot came in from Ariana Caruso, but it was comfortable on this occasion for Laura Dick. Always had that covered. Substitute Padilla Bidas. Lively introduction after coming on. Caruso battling for the ball. Thankless task now for Hoffenheim. Player down and chasing the 3-1 deficit against the best team in Germany. Here's Gilles across to her partner, Balisea. Barbara Dunst. Stoneway finds Tanikawa. Well, that's quality football from the Bundesliga, Frauen-Bundesliga champion. Another expert finish from the Japanese international Momoko Tanikawa. It was wonderful football. Simon across to Stoneway, who played in Tanikawa, and even a goalkeeper of the quality of Laura Dick was helpless to stop that one from Tanikawa. Tanikawa totting up the goals in the Frauen-Bundesliga this season. That's 5 for the Japanese star. Bayern running rampant now, 4-1 ahead. Frustration for Hoffenheim after going ahead. Substitutes for them as well. Dominika Grabowska coming on along with Chiara Han. Vanessa Gilles also going off for Bayern Munich. The Canadians just recovered from a muscle injury. The action will continue. Bayern will look to stretch their lead. They've been absolutely dominant since that equalizer from Georgia Stoneway on the half-hour mark, and even more dominant since the sending off just before the half-time break of Lisanne Kaut. Many will judge that as somewhat harsh from the referee Hussein, but it was 2 yellows and Lisanne Kaut was sent off just before the break. Bayern haven't looked back. They now lead 4-1. Tanikawa with 2 goals, and Alara putting Bayern ahead 4 minutes after the interval. 4-1, they lead, heading 6 points clear. And into the international break, full of confidence and absolutely buoyant in the Champions League as well. Strong run. The yellow card for Magdalena Eriksson, who's on as a substitute for Gilles. She fouled Melissa Kussler there. Eriksson just retired from international football for Sweden. Apologies, it was Glodis Vigosdottir, Iceland international. Vigosdottir came on for Gilles. Just another indication of the world-class talent that Bayern can call on from the bench. Vigosdottir is across well. 17 attempts on goal, 12 on target for Bayern. Dominating this game now in the second half, 64% possession. Just 4 attempts on goal for Hoffenheim, 3 on target. They've battled well, but it's difficult against the best team in Germany, but it's especially difficult with just 10 players. Here come Bayern again with the substitute, Padilla Bidas, still in there, trying to find Stanway. Back to Vigosdottir, Balisea, Tanikawa looking for a hat-trick. Substitute, Padilla Bidas, nice cross attempt from the Polish international. Can the Japanese star Tanikawa get a hat-trick? Has 10 minutes or so left in this one. Linda Dahlmann to Stanway. Tanikawa looking for a hat-trick. Well, it's a good save from Laura Dick. Not quite clear yet, though. Padilla Bilas battling for the ball. Wow, another goal for Bayern Munich. (5-1). They lead. The Italian Ariana Caruso. Tanikawa with the shot. It wasn't turned away. Padilla Bidas kept it alive, and Ariana Caruso fires in a 5th for Bayern Munich. A good save initially from Laura Dick, but it wasn't turned behind in the end. Ariana Caruso applying the finishing touches for a 5th for Bayern, who'll keep coming. Stanway. What a response this has been from Bayern after falling behind. The job was made easier after that red card for Hoffenheim. But they've responded well. been absolutely dominant this second half. 4 goals they've added since the red card for Lisanne Kaut. Looking for more. Stoneway with a shot. Good goalkeeping once again from Laura Dick. Hoffenheim's player of the match. Next up for Hoffenheim, a home game after the international break against Union Berlin. It's a nice run of fixtures for Hoffenheim. Tough game away at Frankfurt. Good indication of where they'll finish this season. Doesn't get any harder than a match against Bayern Munich, especially after having a player sent off. Bayern travel to Frankfurt. That'll be a real top match in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Another tough away trip at Leverkusen. But winnable games against Hamburg and bottom side Carl Zeiss Jena in amongst that patch of fixtures. A real busy run of fixtures in Europe as well. Here's Linda Daumann, who's adjudged offside. Tight decision going against Bayern on that occasion. But they've got the job done well today. Thomas Jordan now, Hoffenheim's interim head coach. Tough introduction for him on his debut as Hoffenheim's head coach. Foul on the substitute Melissa Kussler by Vigosdottir. And here's Jill Johnson, again full of running on the Hoffenheim right. Foul by Stanway, yellow card to Georgia Stanway, pleading her innocence to the referee Hussein. Stanway was late on Porter there, right in front of the referee. Hoffenheim have some tall players up from the back. This will be lifted in to the box. Good area, but the goalkeeper read that well. Mahmutovic came off her line to deal with that. It was a decent left-footed delivery in there. Substitute Kussler was almost on the end of it if the goalkeeper did spill it. Vigosdottir launching it clear. So the final minutes of this game in Hoffenheim. Bayern looking good. Couple of late substitutes to talk about. The Hungarian youngster Napsugar Sinka come on for Jill Jansen. And Nadine Bitzer also replacing Valeska and Porter. So 2 Belgians coming off. They put in a good shift for Hoffenheim. Bayern will win this pretty comfortably in the end. 5-1 they lead. Courtesy of 4 second-half goals after Hoffenheim were reduced to 10 players after the sending off of Lisanne Kaut. Stoneway still full of running, Georgia Stoneway. Linda Dahlmann, another substitute who's impressed. Corner to Bayern. Taken by another substitute, Caroline Simon, 32-year-old former German international. Into the business area, foul. Blown by the experienced official, Reem Hussein. Free kick to Hoffenheim. Laura Dick. Pass out, but it's lost pretty easily now, and Hoffenheim have some defending to do. Tanikawa looking for a hat-trick. Good anticipation by the substitute Küssler. And that's a thankless task up against 4 Bayern defenders. And Bayern will break. Bayern will head into the international break 6 points clear at the top of the Frauen-Bundesliga from Wolfsburg. And looking good to seal the 3rd straight Frauen-Bundesliga title. Dahlmann is offside, another narrow decision. It's Simon. 3 minutes of added time. Of added time, so still time for Tanikawa to get that hat trick. She's on the ball at the moment. Substitute Melissa Küssler put in a good shift since her introduction, returning from injury. Forward looking for a 6th. Lifted into the box by Dunst. Naschenweng couldn't quite get the quality of strike there. Naschenweng, ex-Hoffenheim player, keen to impress today against her former club. It's Bayern put in another impressive performance after falling behind today, recovering well from the shock of that early penalty. They're going to seal another 3 points. To restore their 6-point advantage at the top of the table. Final 30 seconds or so at the Dietmar Hopp Stadium in Hoffenheim. Stoneway, time for another Bayern goal. The referee says that's it in Hoffenheim. Bayern will go 6 points clear at the top of the Frauen-Bundesliga. An easy win in the end. Bayern recovering from falling behind to a Valeska and Porter penalty on 10 minutes. Georgia Stoneway slotted in an equalizer on the half-hour mark. The match turned on Lisanne Kaut's red card just before the interval for Hoffenheim. It was always going to be a tough proposition, but it was really tough, especially tough against this Bayern Munich machine with a player advantage. 4 second-half goals for Bayern Munich, up against just 10 Hoffenheim players. Alara put Bayern ahead 2-1 before the Japanese star Momoko Tanikawa with a double strike. It was left to the Italian international Arianna Caruso to fire in Bayern's 5th with 10 minutes remaining. Dominant display in the end for Bayern. Didn't panic when they fell behind to that early penalty from Hoffenheim. Bayern will go into the international break absolutely buoyant on the back of some really impressive wins domestically and in Europe in the UEFA Women's Champions League as well, especially that magnificent recovery victory against the Arsenal. So plenty to look forward to for Bayern Munich. Thomas Jordan there, the interim head coach of Hoffenheim, with work to do to restore some confidence into the Hoffenheim ranks. Plenty of discussions there with the referee, Reem Hussein, who decided to send off Lisanne Kaut just before the break. Frustration today for Hoffenheim on home soil. They'll have to bounce back after the international break. It was a pleasure to have you with us for Google Pixel Frauen-Bundesliga coverage.